Well, good morning. It's Good Friday, which is always a good day to go for a bike ride. Today I'm going to be going to Durham and some other places, and I'm going to take you along. I'm just over a mile away from where I live, and I just want to show you these views because they're quite spectacular, are they not? I think this is an old air shaft from mine, I'm not sure. And that's heading west towards the Derwent Reservoir sort of area, and then swooping around Whittenstall, Headley on the Hill, round about there, and there's Chopwell just in view now. So it's dry. It's not massively warm, but it's warm enough, especially with all these hills. And I'm very pleased because today I've got my new pair of iPod glasses. My last ones ended up in a duck pond in Copenhagen last year, so I've been very sad not to have any proper glasses, but these are now back in place. My third pair, they're very good. They're bifocals, so I can see my Garmin and my maps and everything else and read, and also when I look at the distance I can see what's ahead, which is always a bonus, I think, when you're cycling. Anyway, I will keep you updated as we explore Durham. Well, this is all very pleasant, is it not? Just been riding for a few miles now down this old railway line towards Durham, about 6 miles from Durham now, and lovely and green, lovely traffic-free route. Funnily enough, I was reading in the newspaper headlines this morning forecasts of chaos on the roads with traffic as everyone tries to get away for Easter, and here, well, maybe they're going on the wrong sort of vehicles, because I'm finding this far from congested. In fact, with the occasional dog walk, it's actually very clear. It's all very lovely, isn't it? It could be in Oxford. So I've just stopped to have a coffee and some cake, and feel a little warmer now. It's not very warm when you stop, but it's dry, and that's the main thing. And what I particularly noticed as I was cycling along this piece is how the very first unfurling of leaves is starting to appear. I hope you can see that. Just look at the trees and the bushes. You just see the beginnings of the leaves coming out, and I guess in just a week or two's time we'll probably not see any bare branches at all. It'll all be full of new leaves, new blossoms, and it'll really feel like spring has sprung. There we are, with all the daffodils growing here, white daffodils. Beautiful. And of course we've got some yellow ones up ahead. Super. That's really nice. The trails have been pretty muddy, as you can see. Bike's going to need a big clean. This bike, I don't know, is it designed for this? I think it probably is. It was supposed to be a cyclocross bike originally. It's called a Pashley Pathfinder, and I don't know. I think every bike deserves a little bit of mud every now and then. What do you think? So it's almost 3 o'clock on Good Friday, which is a very significant time, because that's the time that Jesus, when he was hanging on the cross, breathed his last. Although I rather fancy he'd prefer to do what I'm having and having some fish. So I'm not having fish and chips, just fish. I'm trying to cut back on my fat consumption, and I think, you know, this is the perfect way to spend Good Friday, surely, eating fish, 3 o'clock. And yeah, if I had some loaves, I'd probably have some loaves as well. I'll just have to make do the fish. Although I do have a stale hot cross bun for dessert. Okay, well, just as it was looking quite grim, Sunderland seems to have perked up, and I've now found myself by the riverside, and you can see we've got the bridge, the river, some boats just placidly floating on it. So no, not too bad now, is it? This is all part of, looks like the coast to coast and the W2W route, so they've obviously put out all the stops and made it quite nice. Well, well, look at the sea. Breezy. Well, I was hoping to be able to go all the way along here, but I don't think it's permitted today. Anyway, that is it. Quite a long pier. And what have we got on this side? We've got some sea, and that's sort of a harbour over there. Well, I've just been where the river leads into the sea. And then on this side we have got even more sea, and you can see it's looking a bit grey and a bit wavy. It's quite breezy, but the air is lovely and fresh. I must admit, it's quite invigorating to be out here today and enjoy these scenes, which you know, it's quite a treat, isn't it, when you think about it? You are so far away from the sea in Oxford that you hardly ever see it, apart from, like, you know, on TV or something. Okay, I know you just wanted one more view of the sea, didn't you, before I started heading inland. So here we are. Loads of people out. There's even ice cream vans, if you can bear to have anything that cold. Flags are really flapping in this wind. I'm going to be leaving the seaside now, so get that last sniff of salt in your noses, and we're going to head back inland. I just want to show you this other piece of cycling infrastructure. This is at Bolden, and it's really nice. It's smooth. I think it looks like it's been recently laid. It's not perfect around here. It's not like the Netherlands. There's been some bits where I've been on some busy roads, and the layout doesn't encourage motorists to be their most careful, if you know what I mean. But eventually you do get onto a piece like this, and it sort of makes it worth living through the other bits just to get onto this bit. Okay, so this way, now heading to the southwesterly direction on yet another trail. So I've sort of taken a bit of a detour from the coast, especially to get onto this track, because I've been on it once before and it's absolutely awesome. And it's going to lead us somewhere very special, very iconic, and I'm not going to say any more than that, but you are in for a treat. So brace yourselves, because we have something special coming up fairly shortly. Right, so I would say as cycle paths go, as sort of cycle paths based on old railway lines go, this one, which is the Bowes Railway Trail, yeah, it's going to be up there with the best. It's really straight for a start, and it's very well maintained, and you avoid all the main roads. You just cut right across through all this urban sprawl and all the roads around it, and it's just such a pleasure to ride on. And Bowes, you know, if he'd known that somebody would make his railway into something freely available to the public, he probably would have shot the person who suggested that. He was only interested, of course, in the money this would make from private use. So it's slightly ironic that we have this fantastic resource, and it was built by one of the many tycoons in this area who, you know, made their money from extraction of minerals and resources, and of course paying their workers a pittance. Anyway, this is the trail. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, we've just passed the high point on this particular trail, a place called Ayton Banks, and it was very exciting because there were some real railway lines, all rusty, hidden in the grass. And this bit I particularly wanted to film because last time I came here it was incredibly exciting going down this track, which is very steep, very technical, and unfortunately it ends where there are some roadworks, so we weren't able to fully appreciated, but you'll get a good sense. So I'm going to just put you back down here. Let's go. I guess I should have mentioned actually that my brakes are pretty dire. I need some new pads which I've ordered, and I think they'll be waiting for me when I get back. Okay, here goes. This is nice. Send in! Okay, so no tour of this part of the world would be complete without seeing the Angel of the North, which is right behind me. It was I had to risk my life and limb to get to this point because of all the roadworks, but here we are, and yeah, it's got a few people out here today. Not bad view, eh? Sagrant Monument, and it's you always know that you've arrived back in the northeast when you pass that on the A1 down. Well, that's so blind and I can't even see anything now. So well, I hope you've enjoyed the ride as much as I have, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Happy Easter.